Hello, everyone. Whoops, still have my mic monitor on. Hold on. There we go. Let's try this again. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Today, we're gonna start off. I'm probably going to do a shorter stream today, just because I don't. I mentioned on Twitter that the reason I'm starting late is because I had a bunch of. All of the chores I had to do today just took longer than expected, so I'm a bit more worn out than I would normally be. So I'm just gonna do... At the moment, I'm just planning on unlocking / doing all of the blue quests to unlock the tribal quests, and whatever blue quests are in the... I forget what the dwarf town is called, but we're gonna do all the blue quests there in order to unlock their tribal quest. I don't think there's very much left to do, and I don't think there's very much to do to unlock the Qitari tribal quest either. But we'll go ahead and just get both of those done today and then see how long that takes. Anyway, the Qitari tribal quests start out from this concerned mother in the Raktika Greatwood, or they're over in Slitherbow. And you need to be a gatherer in order to... This requires a gatherer class to start it. In this case, I'm botanist. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk to this concerned mother, see what she's worried about. The steward's note. The woman before you looks off into the distance with a visibly fretful expression. Oh, hello there. You're the sweet young lady staying with Master Batoya, are you not? I've been meaning to thank you for looking after my boy that one time. His name is Valen. You remember him, don't you? He's always running around with his friend Quinfert. You know, the one who so much enjoys hearing the sound of his own voice. Why, just moments ago, he rushed in here with then went dashing off, shouting about how he'd made a discovery of staggering importance over in Fanau. Valen, bless his heart, went running after him. I know these parts aren't as dangerous as they once were, and Quinfert apparently has made some friends among the Vis, but still, I can't help but worry. Would you be so kind to follow after them and make sure Valen doesn't get into anything over his head? You can tell him his mother sent you. Well, I guess we gotta go meet up with the goofy guy again who's gonna save... What was it again? The Great Worm or something? Oops, that's not the way out. There's something goofy with, like, the Great Worm that ended up being a, Where is it? The minion... Which one was it? This guy. The Great Serpent of Ronka. Yes, Great Serpent. Anyway, let's head on over to Fanau and talk to Quinfert and... What was the other guy's name? Valen. I started watching Chainsaw Man this week, and I really want to watch more of it. I saw some people really complaining about the CG, and it definitely stands out in places, but honestly, it doesn't take away from it. They've made some really good direction choices in terms of, like, pacing and actually utilizing the medium of animation instead of just adapting the manga. Because there's a lot of what am I trying to say? There's a lot of anime series that just take a manga and then just adapt it as is and don't take advantage of the medium. One of the examples that I saw in Chainsaw Man was there's a scene where Makima and I forget the guy with the top knot and the katana, and who's wrong series. Denji's and Power's supervisor. They were in a car having a conversation, and there's a good, like, 5 to 10 seconds in total of just silence with Makima just like staring out the window and the other guy listening for her response. And I feel like utilizing that silence is the kind of thing that you can't really do in a manga without just putting empty panels. It's doable and I've seen it done, but it doesn't, you have to like give up your page space in order to do that. And I actually started reading the manga too, and it, that scene was just panel, 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 panel. There was no break in between it. It was just text throughout the whole thing like a normal conversation. Anyway, we're playing Final Fantasy XIV. We can talk about more stuff when we're traveling between objectives. Let's talk to Quinfert and Valen. How many times must I tell you, Valen? When the will of the wood summons me, I must heed its call. For the last time, Quinfert, would it kill you to actually explain yourself before you go dashing around in the forest like a madman? What nonsense do you speak, Valen? The Keeper of Whispers would never be so insolent as to keep the gods waiting when they would share with me their wisdom. Why, the mere notion is preposterous, blasphemous even. He's so... Wait a minute. Brilliant. I'll check that after the conversation. Brilliant. Whatever are you doing here? My mother sent you? Dear heavens, I'm sorry for dragging you into this. As you might suspect, Quinfert's ranting and raving about the will of the wood again. When he ran off shouting about prophecies, I simply had to follow along to make sure he didn't get himself into any trouble. The Vice said we were welcome at any time, of course, but would it kill the man to be a bit more circumspect? Wait, what is this? Circumspect. Yep, I gotta Google that one. Circumspect. Heedful of circumstances and potential consequences. Prudent.
Circumspect.
It's probably a bit loud for you guys, but... yes, circumspect. Oh, that reminds me. Whatever happened to that squirmy little fellow that Quinfert, for whatever ungodly reason, believes that to be the great serpent of Ronka? Does it still travel with you, or did it get swished somewhere along the way? What ignorance is this, Valen? The Divine Protector has returned to slumber in its nest deep in the heart of Raktika, from which it speaks to me in my dreams even now. He's right here, dude. Oh, great one! It is truly you! Returned to grace your loyal servant with your presence in this time of need. Truly, the wood has answered my pleas. If the great serpent has been with you all this time, Brillian, I can only imagine what sort of dreams he's been having. And yet, as skeptical as I am, the beasts seem to put stock in his visions. If there's even a hint of truth to them, who knows what we're in for? Wahaha! I know, my good friend, for I have seen it 1,000,000 times in my vision. This venerable forest is on the verge of entering a new age of harmony. For the great serpent shall let out a mighty cry, and in so doing summon forth they who did serve great Ronka in times of eld. Verily, the arrival of the heirs to wisdom ancients and true is nigh at hand. Now is the time. We must follow where the great serpent leads, and in doing so, lay claim to a great future. And he's off again. Quintford! Not again. I'm sorry to impose, Berlian, but would you mind helping me go after him? There's only one path forward through the forest, so he shouldn't be too hard to find. Okay, so I just realized, I think he's Magny's the first counterpart. Maybe? Hold on. Let me look up Magny real quick. Magny is the little son. Ari. Or however you say them. I think that's his name. Okay, that's apparently not his name. So, let's see. Azim's Step. Azim's Step. Let's see. Looking for... Isn't his name Magny? Okay, I didn't want the naming lore. Or Sadhu. Oh, it's Magni. Okay. Nope. Okay, he's a different person. This guy, that would be pretty funny, though. They have, different colored skin. And slightly different colored scales? No, I think it's the same colored scales. Anyway, let's keep going. And... follow after... I forgot his name already. Follow after the Great Prophet. Look, over in the flower bed. Someone's there. Oh, over there. Look in the wrong direction. A rat who speaks? Who are you? And why do you trespass in our sacred forest? Answer me, or you will be dining on rat stew this night. Ye gods! Oh, do have mercy! I assure you, yes, most assuredly, that we come in peace. Put down your arms. If my visions speak true, and I have never known them to speak otherwise, this mousy fellow and his diminutive companion are none other than descendants of the proud Ronkan tribe of old. You are from Slitherbow, yes? One of the so-called Knights Blessed? There you are. I swear, Quinford, you take pleasure in driving me mad. Forgive me, my friend here. He simply cannot control himself sometimes. I promise you I'll give him a stern talking to when we get home. Now, Quinford. Friends of the ally of Ronka, are you? You are quite bold, or quite foolish, to rush forward without spear point of a V-setter, as you did. And who or what is this one? I have not seen him nor any of his ilk before, and yet you say he is a descendant from a proud tribe of Ronka? Most assuredly so, for I did foresee his coming in a vision granted to me by none other than the great serpent itself. What? Three? Father, there's two of them. Kirin? Here? Another serpent? Yeah, it's more surprising to see another serpent than another one of the beast tribes. What is this? The great serpent travels with you as well? Curious. How very curious indeed. A most auspicious encounter this is, for a friend of the great serpent is a friend of ours, yes? Pray, my good sir, do enlighten us on how as to the name of your most ancient and venerable tribe. Ahem, we are the Qitari. You call us an ancient and venerable tribe, and I cannot deny that we are very much that. The Qitari? That is a name I have heard from my elders, and yet I was told that the last Qitari vanished 100 years ago. Those of us born after the flood never paid the stories much heed, but you say that we truly stand before a Qitari in the flesh? However it may be, it is clear that the ally Ronka and her friends mean us no harm. Let us put down our arms. Father and I have come in search of a great architect of our past. Okay, it's a kid who can't pronounce artifact. Great stones buried deep in a cave by my father's father's father. How many fathers were there again, Father? Checker. Checkurl, have you forgotten your manners? It would be untoward not to introduce ourselves to our honored new friends. I am Qitari Natal of the Qitari. Qitari Natal of the Qitari, and this is my foolish child, Chakarl Qatal. Do forgive us for our impropriety. Yes, do forgive us for our impropriety. For nigh on a century, our tribe has made its home in the shadow of the light, deep in the forests on the far side of Kitana Rival, by the rushing waters of Raktika Falls. We did not always hide in the darkness. This place we now stand was once our home. Then came the fateful day when the skies were flooded with light. Facing certain doom, our forefathers fled to the forest, but not long before a band of the bravest gave their lives to store away our greatest treasures for safekeeping, with the hope that one day our children's children might unearth them anew. These are the artifacts of which my son spoke. The Qitari Stale. Mighty stone monoliths engraved with the accumulated knowledge of our people in its entirety. Of course, it is precisely as I saw it in the visions the great serpent bestowed upon me. A proud and ancient tribe of scribes and scholars, the stewards of knowledge of ancient Ronka. Oh, you are most insightful, my friend. Indeed, we were once known as the Stewards of Note, a title that fittingly describes both our duties as keepers of written knowledge and the surpassing aptitude with which we pursue the task. Our ancestors served proudly as scribes and scriveners for many a generation of Ronka emperors. It is a role that came quite naturally to our people, for you see, we are not blessed with the longer lifespan of your kind. Thus, From our earliest days, we have been most meticulous about recording the happenings and learnings of our lives in precise and painstaking detail. The Qitari stele, or stele, it's like stele. I know that word. I've heard the word before. Or more specifically, the carvings and etchings that grace their surface represent the summation of all the knowledge and wisdom we have acquired over the years. They represent, one might say, the collective memory of our people passed down through the ages from generation to generation. Long have we dreamed of returning here to search for the stones, and reclaiming our legacy. And yet, nasty sin-eaters and worse stood in our path, making the journey far too perilous to even attempt. Then one day, the skies turned dark. I trembled in terror, but next thing I knew, the great serpent was hopping and squirming beside me. He told me that a path through the Raval had been cleared, and we were free to go home at last. Precisely, and so it was that my boy and I received the blessing of our fellow Qitari, and became the first of our kind in generations to return to this part of the Great Wood. Unfortunately, we were immediately set upon by all sorts of nasty creatures, forcing us to retreat and ponder our course of action. Where we came upon you and threatened you at spear point. Pray forgive us, allies of Ronka. We knew not who you were, nor all you have suffered to arrive here. You intended to remain here in the Great Wood to search for these stale. I gotta look up. It's like stele or something like that. E, is that how you spell it? Plural of Stella. Steel. Okay, so steel is like a... It's the same as steel. Would you say...
Steely.
Steely, that's right. Okay, so it's a stele. The plural. Which is what I thought it was. But it's essentially a... I forgot to actually read what the definition was. It's an upright stone or slab with an inscribed or sculpted surface. Sculptured surface, used as a monument or as a commemorative tablet in the face of a building. Yeah, that's right. I know that from, I think it's Gravekeeper Steely. Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh card. Anyway. It's probably Stele. I'll say it like that. Stele of yours, was it? Worry not. We shall tell all the Fanao of you that you were friends and not to be harmed. And with that, we must be on our way. Go in peace. Dear me, but that was a close one, wasn't it? I was all but certain Chakurl and I were going to end up skewered. Were it up to me, I would have left the boy behind for his safety, but he is ever a curious one, and would hear nothing of it. I'm not a child anymore, father. I'm all of 3 summers. 3? Why, when I was 3, I could barely walk straight. Oh, I do not doubt that is so, good sir, but for our people, the oldest whom would be lucky to see 20 summers, Chakurl here is almost a Qitari grown. But enough about this. If I might change the subject, you know your way around the Great Wood, yes? I have reason to believe that our forefathers buried the stele in a cavern that extends deep into the mountains near the Oxdal Gap. Perhaps you might be willing to... Come, father, we must follow him. But of course, it all makes sense now. It is the great serpent who guided you here to us, and now, together, we must heed its clarion call. Say no more, great steward of Ronka. It would be our honor to assist you in your noble cause. That is most kind of you, good sir. In that case, pray allow me to oblige. Let us follow where the Great One leads. This is really goofy. I mean, it's mainly because of, I forgot his name again. Quinford? I think that's his name. Mainly because he's so over the top and extra. Oops, there's a rock there. I didn't see that. Wonderful. His vision actually proved true. Now I'll never hear the end of it. The mere sight of the divine protector humbling itself so as to crawl on the ground, that its loyal servant may rediscover and reclaim their proud past. Why, it nigh brings a tear to my eye. He's so over the top. Father, could this be the place? Let us see now. The mark on the cave's entrance appears to be an ancient Ronkan ward. This is promising, and yet problematic. Do allow me to explain it. We Qitari worship Oxdalan, god of the dead and the world below. Our forebears no doubt believed that if they sealed away the stele deep within the bowels of the land, Dalan himself would watch over them and keep them safe until the day their descendants returned. Most fascinating! Your knowledge of Ronkan tradition is impressive indeed. However, do you manage to know so much despite your chronicles of history being lost to you for so long? Many ruins can be found near Raktika Falls. Within the woods, we have called home since the flood. We have made an effort to explore and excavate them as best we could, that our Ronkan roots would not be entirely forgotten. Most admirable goal, and one near and dear to my own heart as well. For you see, I am one of the Knights Blessed, who traveled to these parts after the flood. I, too, have a deep personal interest in the beliefs and traditions of the ancient civilization that once flourished here. In fact, I have done extensive research looking into my own ancestors, and was pleased to discover that I can trace my lineage back to none other than the great sage Dwalt himself, or Dwattle himself. And Berlin here is a true ally of Ronka. Why, as the V's tell it, her coming was foretold by the last emperor himself. The descendants of Ronka and their allies reunited across the years? Oh, joyous day! This meeting must truly be a gift from the Great Serpent. I can vouch for Berillion here. She is the very woman who drove the Light Warden from these lands. As for the descendants of the Great Sage, what's-his-name, I'd suggest you let at least half of his ramblings go in one ear and out the other. Could it truly be? But yes, our hero stands before us. We watched your battle in the Reval from the shadows. The moment you struck down that beast of light, we knew that a great age was nigh. Oh, never have I seen such gallantry and valor. Nod. I saw the battle too. Never have I seen such valiantly and galor. At any rate, my good sirs and madam, I am keen to begin the excavation, but I fear it won't be so simple. The warding seal here bars our entrance, and we will have to find a way to break it if we hope to proceed. If what I have gleaned from my research is correct, this will require an object of immense arcane power, a relic that will speak to the seal and convey the Qitari have returned to claim what is ours, an object imbued with the mystical energies of the forest itself. Yes, an object with the glow of the Great Wood, as you say, Father. I shall find it for you. Your enthusiasm is admirable, Qitari. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. This is a perilous place, and I have no intention of seeing you get snatched up by some terrible beast. Yeah. And so I turn to the hero of the Rival and my son, and the son of Dwarf. My good sirs and madam, might you know of someone who could aid us in our search? I mean, I could. I'm a botanist, right? Oh, lucky day! Clearly you are not merely a hero on the battlefield, but a woman of many talents indeed. We would be ever so indebted to you if we could impose upon you just this once. Yes, we would be most indebted, my good sir. Or was it madam? Father, I can never tell which is which. One that's got big inflatable balloons is probably a madam. Enough prattling, Qitari. We must find a way to open this portal at once, that we might summon our fellow stewards here and begin searching for the stele in earnest. O ally of Ronka, Qitari Natal of the Qitari bows down and beseeches you. Will you lend us our aid and help my people reclaim our long-lost legacy? I promise you the debt will not go unpaid. I realize I ask much of you, and so soon after we met. Needless to say, pray take as much time as you require to consider our offer. Should you be inclined to offer your strength and wisdom to us, just say the word. I mean, I gotta do this to unlock it. I am happy to greet you again, my good madam. What say you? Have you given any thought to my entreaty? I mean, there is apparently a choice in this questline at some point that changes the appearance of the camp, but I don't think that's the choice. Powerfully spoken, Berlian. Truly, this shall mark a new dawn in the annals of Ronkin history. As the great sage is my wisdom, I say, let the Qitari rise to glory anew. We are truly in your debt, ally of Ronka. I entrust the vital task of finding an object with the glow of the Great Wood to you. As for where to begin your search, leave that to me, my long-snouted friend. Did you mayhap notice that the serpent your dear Qitari brought along has a rather distinctive pattern of scales on his most exquisite body? I have reason to believe that this pattern will indeed lead us to that which we seek. Hark unto the serpent's cry, and know that the points of light that glow amidst the stripes represent those precise spots where the aether that flows through the Great Wood is most densely concentrated. Behold, here in the northwestern reaches of the blind forest of Ixmaya, conveniently marked as by this simply slimy little scar, we can see that what is doubtless a convergence of sorts. If anywhere it is there, we will find a specimen of sufficient power to breach the seal. Oh, if the son of Dwattle says it is so, then surely it behooves us to pay heed. When you return with the relic, pray let Chikara see it at once. I would have my boy gain first-hand knowledge of the wisdom of his forefathers. Well, let's go pick up the item I need. Looks like it's over here. Yeah, Stewards of Note. Quinford's so extra. I forget what the this tribe is called in the source. I think they also start with a Q, but it's a different sound. Or it's a different name. Of course it's a different name. File of Ancient Amber. Is it hidden? Nope. Probably just need to keep going until I find it. If I can't find it in at this one, then I'm gonna look it up to make sure I'm actually doing the right thing. Okay, let me make sure I'm doing the right thing. Let's see. Okay, if you're doing the quest as a miner, it'll get that. If you're doing it as a botanist, it'll do the Ancient Amber, like we see. Or if you're doing it as a fisher, you can catch a glowfish at a certain point. Let's see. Oh, it just says Ancient Amber. Okay, I don't have to get anything specific. Okay, that's all I needed. I'm just overthinking it. Let's head on back and give them the amber they need. Oops. Not paying attention. Okay, got the amber. Why, it's beautiful. Oh, thank you, Sir Madam. Or was it Madam Sir? Now, Father says I need to simply point it at the door and... something like a bottomless pit. My word! It opens! Oh, splendid, splendiferous! Splendiferous! Indeed! Look, Father, the seal is broken. It has, Chikara, it has. And with this, after 100 years, we stand on the verge of reclaiming our legacy. But our task has only begun. There will be digging, yes, much digging, and delving. We must relay the triumphant tidings to our tribesmen and summon them here to assist in the excavation. Yes, from this day, the stewards will not rest until a new page in the annals of Qitari history has been writ. Don't worry, Father. I will work as hard as any steward to reclaim our legacy. Legacy? Oh, Sir Madam Brilliant, you will help us in our quest, yes? Yep, that's me, Sir Madam. Sealed tight for a century, the door to the ancient cave now lies open, and the Qitari excavation effort can begin in earnest. Good Brilliant, you must meet my mother. Mother will be running the camp and seeing that everything is in order. Isn't that right, Mother? Yes? My son speaks true. Reclaiming our history is about more than grand discoveries of ancient artifacts. There is much that must be done to ensure we can go about our daily lives in this place. And so I would call upon you for aid from time to time. It would not be disinclined to help us. Oh, if you would not be so disinclined to help us. Stoic nod. Will the Stewards' excavation effort succeed? Will the lost stele of the Qitari return to the light? That young Chakar must one day know the wisdom of his ancestors? Or are ancient secrets destined to stay forever shrouded in darkness? Only the gods know. Oh, they call them the stewards. Friendly with the Qitari. Qitari quests are now available. You can purchase wares from that guy. Nice, nice. Let's see if there's anything to buy. Although I don't have any, okay, just materia here. Some tools I'll never use. Let's see, any glam? This might look decent if... Okay, apparently I can wear that hat. I can't wear this, can I? Nope. Let's see how some of these look. Let's see, anything else? Nope, nothing yet. Oh, that'll have some, at some point, to have some stuff. Let's take a look at... Let's see. Take a look at what kind of rewards we can get. Looks like a orchestration scroll, mount, and 2 minions. Yeah, there's 2 more Serpents of Ronka minions. An orchestration scroll and a mount, like I just said. And the mount is just... Oh, okay, this is the mount. Let me show this. This thing is the mount. Oh, you can barely see that. Okay, I guess. One of the highest, one of the minions is the one with the hat and the bandana that we saw that was traveling with the Qitari. Alright then. That was the first of the Qitari quests. Now let's head on over to Calusia and do all the blue quests in the... whatever it's called. What's this place called? Homra, that's right. There's at least 2 blue quests there. I don't know which ones I need to do, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do all of them. And now let's unlock Qitari quests off the stream. Off of the text. Let's make that a little smaller. Switch over to a combat class. And then, let's see, Almost a Friend and Scandal and Comra. Let me look up Almost a Friend and see which one that is. Okay, Almost a Friend quest line is the one that I need to unlock the Dwarf daily quests. And then it will also unlock me the Lally Ho emote. I thought I had that. Don't I have that? Nope. Well, that's how I'm gonna get Lally Ho, and then I'll look up the other quests in a second. See what that is. A scandal. Oh, there it is. Scandal in Comra. Let's see what this is. Oh, this unlocks the Alliance raid. Okay, I'm not doing that yet. Let's just do the dwarf quests for now, which we started them while we were doing MSQ, but I ended up stopping at some point because I think I stopped at the last Aether Current, and then there's several more to go, and then unlock the dwarf tribe, and then we'll actually unlock the dwarf tribe quest. Just a second. Okay. Let's get started. We've got several to go. I didn't realize we had this many quests. I doubt they'll be very long, though. Talk to Ranit. Right, Ranit was having some issues with, not being very dwarfy. And not wanting to, like, lally-ho and stuff. Almost a friend. Ranit seems surprised to see you still around. You're staying around, then? Not that I care. But since you're here, I might as well show you one of my favorite automata. I present to you the invincible, the unstoppable, Megasonic Frog Boy. What? He might not look much different to the other models, but I've upgraded him with some new features I invented. Behold! Lally-ho! Lally-ho! Lally-ho. You only need one law. You only need one law. Well, pretty amazing, huh? Hey, what's that look for? Oh, I see. You're thinking, he can greet some overgrown toy just fine, but he's too scared to talk to actual people. You just don't understand me. It's not a phase, Mom. You just don't understand me. I've got bigger things to worry about than minding my manners. You help me out with my stuff, though, and maybe I'll forgive you for for underestimating me. Just this one time, though. So I need you to take this coal to Zumut. She's one of the village elders, and her automaton is due for some fuel. Right, this kid, Square Enix making some pretty relatable characters out here. I guess they know their art. I guess they know their audience. Lally-ho! You must be the visitor Zamat was talking about. What can this old lady do for you? Old lady, yes. Oh! On a little errand for Ranit, are you? That's nice. I can't get around like I used to. With what was this back of mine? Would you mind feeding the coal straight into diligent spirit there? Into where? Oh, okay. Poured the lot in there, and then have you? Thank you, dear. You're as kind as our Renit. When he heard how my back was giving me trouble, that fine young lad went and hammered together my oddly named helper here. Hardly a day goes by when doesn't stop past to see it's working properly. Aye, he's a surly boy, but his heart's in the right place. It's just a pity he handles his failures with frustration. If he persevered with his greetings instead of lashing out, I'm sure he'd be capable of a lovely lally-ho. Actually, I'm surprised he even asked you to bring me my fuel. I've never known him to do that before, not with anyone. I have a feeling you'll be the one to get through to him, lass, so be patient, if you can. Thank you again for the delivery. He's a good kid, he's just kinda needs to work on his social skills. Again, Square Enix knows their audience. You delivered the coal to Zimut then? Wait, she didn't say anything strange about me, did she? Anyway, thanks for the help. Maybe you and I can be friends after all. Maybe, I said. A practiced greeting. Renit appears to be appraising his relationship with you. Oh, so, this means we're friends now, right? I'll just say that it does. Be nice to him. Don't be a jerk. That's good then. It's just, I've never had a friend before. I'm not sure where to go from here. Isn't that relatable? I was wondering, though, why did my mother bring you to see me? Was it all her idea? Is that why you've been so nice to me? I guess even if that was true, you're no less of a good sort of for agreeing to do it. Anyway, I know my mother worries about me being all alone all the time, but I can't even talk to her without getting defensive. How can she expect me to get along with anyone else? I didn't expect to get called out in this quest line. You've met lots of folks on your travels, haven't you? If you've some trick to help me talk to the other villagers, I'd like to hear them. Let me get out my notes so I can write this stuff down. You know, this might be the longest conversation I've had in a good while. Must be because we're friends now, eh? Yeah, we should work on your greeting. The lally-ho, in that case, I will need your help after all. I don't think I could stand to have anyone else watching over me. You do have one of the best lally-hos I've seen. So with you guarding me, maybe I can get a chance to guiding me. Maybe, yeah. I've seen. So with you guiding me, maybe I've got a chance to improve. But I can't skip straight to greeting people. And spending time on my automata is what caused me problems in the first place. Oops, accidentally double-clicked there. Come on then, I'm off to find me a practice partner. I mean, you could also just try with me. But I mean, just let him go at his own pace. Don't try and like force it on him. That's the worst thing you can do. Because then he'll end up going, it's like, an introvert is a lot like a... What's the right word? Snail? Yeah, sure. A snail. If you... Or... What has a shell that hides in its shell? Turtle. Introverts are a lot like turtles. If you scare them, they'll just retreat back into their shell. You have to coax them out and, like, let them go at their own pace. Let's talk to Ranit. Looks like he's got himself a partner. That twitchy lad should do the trick. As long as I don't make myself a threat, he shouldn't have a reason to attack us. Somehow I get the feeling that's not how this is going to play out. Hey, you there. Sorry. You there, two legs. Look at me when I'm talking to... Wait, that's not right. The greeting. Gotta practice the greeting. Lally... my hands are shaking. Hey, you big lump of useless golden garbage. Oops. I didn't mean it. I take it back, that garbage bit. Ah, this is not part of the plan. Yeah, that's about how I expected it to go. Well, let's all about Renee. Do this. Use up my 3 stacks. And pop another one of these and finish them off. Don't worry, Renee, I got it. I'm sorry, I made a mess of things. Grr, damn it all, the deepest mine shafts. Why? Why can't I do it? I'm a bloody dwarf, ain't I? Renit has fled in his frustration. Perhaps he needs a friend to rally his spirits. Oops, wrong button. Again, wrong button. Let's see, there he is. Let's see, is Rally here? Nope, I just have Psych. The female Rally animation is so boring compared to the... Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of the Psych animation. So boring compared to the male version. You came after me. You really are a kind soul, ain't you? And I'm still kind of prickly sort, but I do dream of helping the other villagers with my smithing skills, just like the great Watts did. It's just that I've spent my whole life tinkering with the automata instead of learning how to speak to folk. I've always been awkward. Again, I wasn't expecting it called out. And that got worse when I realized people were avoiding me. It made me angry, made me throw up walls and shut out others. Then it wasn't too long before no one would come anywhere near me. Soon I'll have to leave too, and then I'll be all alone again. You're overthinking the greeting. Just put your heart into it. There are people out there willing to give you a chance. Honestly, he really is just overthinking. It's like, so much of the anxiety just comes from overthinking stuff. And if you literally just do it, it's like not that complicated. You're still trying to help me? Aye, but maybe you're right. A classic lally-ho. What lets folks know I'm open to being friendly might be better than no lally-ho at all. Right, my mind's made up. I can do this. But the dwarf I need to be the dwarf I need to be. You'll be there with me though, right? Well, Renit, let's keep going. Let's see, learning to Lally-Ho. That should unlock Lally-Ho, right? Yeah. Learning to Lally-Ho. Renit is ready to return to Tomra. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm going back into the village to give them my best Lally-Ho. You are coming with me, aren't you? Well, good. Let's start with one of the friendlier folks. Here we go. He ain't friendly, dude. Is Sachatina? Yeah, he's not friendly. Let's go watch him and see him do it. Let's see, affable town's dwarf. Aye, what can I do for you, lass? Gah! Heaving hobgoblins, right? Are you mad at me or something? Oops. Can't give up yet. Maybe someone quieter. Gently now. I'm pretty sure that person was pretty quiet, Rennie. Let's see, where's the next one? Okay, around the corner. Timid Townsdorf. But Lally? Yeah, I gave it back, Rennie. I swear, I don't have your hammer. My nerves keep getting the best of me. Maybe I should just stick to automata. Stoic headshake. No, I can do this. I'll not let you down after all you've done for me. You can do it, Rennie. Just keep trying. Yes, dear? Dot. Hello, young Renit. Was there something you needed? Loudly. Huh? Be the dwarf you wanna be. Just do it! I mean, just do it, emote. Lally-Ho. Lally-Ho! Oh, better than nothing. Lally-Ho! Now that's what I call a greeting, dear. Well done. I've never heard a Lally-Ho like that before, Renit. You damn near knocked me off my feet. I almost thought you were going to strike all in Zamut there. How ridiculous. Our Renit would never do such a thing. He's a bit excitable, I'll grant you, but those angry words don't speak for his sweetheart. Who do you think dreamed up and built my helpful automaton here? It's even strong enough to carry me should I need it. Now, Renit, you've shown what you can do. How about you give me a nice greeting to these folks as well? Lally-Ho! Doing their Lalafell emotes. Lally-Ho, Renit. I fear I may have misjudged you. Lally-Ho! Ah, a good greeting is so reassuring. And here I thought you didn't like me. Nor me, if you've the time. I'd like to see the plans for that helper you built. An automaton strong enough to carry a full-grown dwarf. Incredible. Of course, I don't dislike any of you, and I'd be glad to share how I built my inventions. That's a promise, then. We'll be seeing you, Renit. I can't believe it. Good for you, dear. I think a little gratitude towards your friend here might be in order, hmm? Now, if you'll excuse me, this old lady has things to do and nary enough time to do them in. Did you see that? I greeted people properly, and they greeted me back. Folk want to talk to me for the first time in my life, and it's all thanks to you. Oh, you have to come and meet my mother again, so I can introduce her to my friend. That was cute. Oh, hello, you two. Lally-ho. 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 Well, polish my helm and shine my horns. We're neat. You've learned to give a proper greeting. Nothing to it. Had a little help from a friend, though. Well, well, well. What did I tell you, eh? I knew you'd be a good influence on my Renit. You've done for him what his own mother couldn't, and for that I'm deeply thankful. I never thought I'd see the day. It's the oldest thing it's the oddest thing. After I'd managed the first lally-ho, the next one came easier, and now I never want to stop. Well, I'm guessing you've got places to be. Just be sure to come back and visit sometime. Not that I'll be lonely or anything. See you soon, Brilliant. Now I can lally-ho. Let's see, what's the slash command for that? Slash lally-ho. Alright. Let's see, the next quest is Renit to the Rescue. Yes, there's Renit to the Rescue, which will finish off Renit's story. Or the beginning of, I guess that'll finish off the Renit's story. Conclusion. The conclusions. Yeah, so this will wrap up the Aether Current quest lines that we did during MSQ, and then it'll lead into the Beast Tribe quest, or Tribal quests. So let's finish this up. Renit to the rescue. Renit looks pleased to see you. Brilliant. I was hoping you'd come back to see me. Lally-ho! After you left, I said a lally-ho to every soul I could find, and now the whole village has started talking to me. A couple of the lads are even helping me to invent some new automata. I'm well on my way to becoming the most famous smithy in Tomra. But if I'm to be truly legendary blacksmith, that's just one little thing I'm missing. A good drop of grog. It's a dwarf. I don't know why I expected anything else. If we didn't learn anything from what's-her-name in the tank Shadowbringers tank role quest, it's that dwarfs love their grog. Actually, even in like other media, dwarfs love their grog, their alcohol. It ain't that Tomra's brews are bad, but if I could get my hands on an extra fine fermented beverage, then I reckon my work would really take off. So, any idea where I might find a barrel of the good stuff? Right ale? And this drink once put their village on the map, eh? Well then, I'd best take a trip down the cliff and have a chat with their leader. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna say. You're coming with me, ain't you? Oh, let's head over to right. And check out the, check out their ale. Or grog. Whatever. Feels like everyone's staring at me. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Well, look who it is. Brilliant. How wonderful to see you again. Since last you were here, I've been officially appointed as Mayor of Wright. As such, my days have grown busy with visits to neighboring settlements to reacquaint myself with the region's politics. My old bones protest at the exercise, to say naught of the strain upon my rusty faculties. Speaking of visits, I see you've arrived with a companion. I forget their quest line. I think I did that before I started streaming. I'm Renit of Talmer Village. Don't think just because I'm small and you that, I mean, Lally-ho! Lally-ho? Oh, I've heard of this. It's a traditional dwarven greeting, is it not? I see. Well, let us not ignore the customs of our guest. See, a good greeting. Can kick things off. Not bad for first-timers. Not bad at all. Everyone's happy when their lally-ho gets a lally-ho. Now, let's see a barrel of your tastiest grog. I beg your pardon? I'm not sure I follow. So told him you got good booze. Ah, well, I'm afraid we're still struggling to improve the fertility of the land itself. As yet, we're unable to grow barley of sufficient quantity and quality to brew the ale for which we were once famous. Aye, it's a matter of trial and error at this point. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Here now, what's with your what's with the sour faces? You just need something to liven up the soil, am I right? You've got some experience with cultivating fields, Master Renit? Not exactly, but I think I might be able to help all the same. Come on, Brilliant. We need to make a quick trip back to Tomra. Probably gonna build some automata for them. Can he truly help us feed our fields? It sounds too good to be true. I've no idea what Master Renit's plan might be, but with you involved, we can at least rest easy that not bad will come of them. Yeah, don't worry, I'll rein him in if he does anything weird. But right now, we gotta head back to Tomra. Ugh. What time you showed up? See, I remembered something Zemut told me once. Zemut, can you tell me that story about Amity again? The bit about the trading goods? The villagers in Wright are having some trouble growing crops in their scratchy fields, and I wanted to do something to help. You're thinking of the rock phosphate we used to trade to Yulmore? Rock phosphate? And that's the fertilizer, is it? Aye. Crushed into small bits, you can spread it over a field to enrich the soil. But the old seam was mined out years ago, and I've not heard if we've come across another. That sounds perfect, you know, aside from there not being any left. No one kept a stockpile then? Well, they might still have a chunk or two over in Amity. That was where the old trading house used to stand, neutral ground and all. Right, to Amity I go. I suppose you'd best come along. Well, let's fly over to Amity. Okay, there we go. That boy's come a long way in a short time, and I've a good idea why. Our Neat's lucky to have a friend like you. Oh, thanks. Oh, let's head over to Amity. That doesn't have, that doesn't have a aetherite crystal to teleport to, so we gotta actually fly over there. Oh no, I failed the fate that I didn't participate in. I didn't even mean to join. Let's see. So after this, we'll get the actual first dwarf quest. Then I think we'll probably wrap up with there. This is taking longer than I had expected it to. But that's fine. I didn't want to do a super long stream today anyway. Just a bit tired. But we still gotta finish up with Renit. So let's talk to him. Right. Lally-ho! Well now, if it isn't one of the Tholes come to visit. And a fine lally-ho to you, sir. I've come looking for rock phosphate. I just need a handful, assuming you got any. The yellowish fertilizer stuff? I reckon we had some stashed away someplace. Might be, as you'll find a hunk of it hiding in one of the old trading crates. Go ahead and take a handful, if that's all you want. I can just have it? That's very kind of you. Phew, I'm glad you were here. Still a bit nervous greeting outsiders. Anyway, let's get to cracking open these crates. Keep an eye out for anything yellow and lumpy. Well, good thing if there, I was thinking, yellow and lumpy, at least it's not snowing around here. I guess they're inside? Let's see. Nope, the door doesn't open. Then, where? Okay, there we go. I was wondering where. You find a small chunk of yellow-hued stone. It appears to match the description of rock phosphate. I was expecting to have to search multiple crates. Like usual. Any luck on your end? Yep, found the rock. Aye. Just look at that color. This has to be the stuff. Now, I've got a good-sized sample. I can build an automaton to sniff out a new seam of phosphate. This'll be one of my best inventions yet. Oh, that's really handy. While I'm throwing that together, I need you to head back to Right and tell these folks to meet me on the west side of Tomra. I'll make sure everything's assembled and ready before you arrive. Well then, that seems pretty handy. Let's head on back to Right and let them know about his... Or let them know about what we're working on. Even if naught comes of this, I want you to know we appreciate all you've done. A mineral fertilizer, you say? The name does sound vaguely familiar. We've experimented with all manner of composts over the years, but I'm willing to try anything to rejuvenate our fields. I wonder if another seam of this precious rock can still be found. We can but put our faith in Master Renit. Come, let us not be late for our meeting. Yep, time to head back. Let's see what he ends up building. And how well it'll work. Okay, Renee, what have you got for us? Nelly ho! Oh, good. I just finished testing my new model. Behold, the mineral-finding marvel that is the Orehound Ogre. Such a colorful name. And this contraption is meant to sniff out phosphates for us, is it? Heh, you just watch and see. Click sensors activated. Is that what I think it is? Astounding! You invented a servant to not only track down rock phosphate, but also carve it out and cart it back? How did you accomplish such a feat? Heh, you'd learn a thing or two when you aim to be the best damn blacksmith in this village ever saw. I thought that Trudlin bucket of bolts would lead me to you, young Renate. The most elder. Ah, you must be Chief Zamat. I am Sai Luke, Mayor of Wright. Master Renate here was just... No need to explain. Zamat already told me everything. It seems you've been working your beard thin for Wright's folks and their harvest and woes, eh? A fine example of full diligence, my boy. Master Renate, we are truly grateful for the lengths to which you have gone to assist us in our hour of need. Now hold on a moment. I'm only doing this so as I can get some fine ale to drink. Ale? You're too young to drink, you snot-nosed stripling. What's wrong with you admitting you was just trying to help? Chief Zamat, you can't say it straight out like that. I'm building an image here. What a good kid. With your permission, Chief Zamat, we should like to take this rock phosphate back to our village. You have our promise that we shall put it to good purpose, and one day return the favor with our best barrel of right ale. That's a deal I can get behind. I think it's high time we Thulls reopened trade with our neighbors. Just leave the delivery to me. But first, I need to speak with my friends and build a few more orehounds. Did you hear that, sir? Instead of Talos, we shall soon have a line of automata rolling into the village. Once more have you shown us the path forward, and that is not the only thing I must thank you for. I don't think I've enjoyed such a heartfelt laugh in many a moon. I bless the day you came into our lives and changed our fate for the better. This kindness will not be forgotten. And I could say much the same. I'd still be alone with my automata if you hadn't come along when you did. All them folk who gave me wary frowns now greet me with a smile. Well, I'd best be headed off. If I'm known to be as Master Renate, the greatest blacksmith who ever lived, then I've still got plenty of work to do. I'll be seeing you, Berillion. Dally-ho! That was fun. And cute. And then that's gonna lead into the tribal quests. We'll go ahead and do the first tribal quest, and then that will probably be all for the stream today. Pick the guild like usual, and see where this blue quest shows up. I believe it should show up. Let's see. Of course it's not there. Yeah, that's a scandal in Homra. And where the heck do I start this quest? Do I actually have to finish 5.3 first? It starts from the affable town's Dwarf. I know I need to be a... I know that I need to be a crafting class. But... which... Let's see, where... I'm supposed to start from the affable town's Dwarf. I know I need to be a crafting class, but... shouldn't it be started here? Let me figure this out. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. Okay, let's head over to right and unlock the... and do the first of the Dwarven tribal quests. Oh, let's see this way. It's dwarfin' time. A Tomeran dwarf finds himself far away from home. Far by Tomeran standards, that is. Bugger my head, you scared the life out of me. Phew, for a moment I thought you were a hobgoblin. Seems being so far from Tomra has got me jumping at my shadow. Hold on, I know you. Oh, this is the affable Townsdorf, right. I was thinking this was Renit. You're the one who was helping Renit. As for me, the name's Brigitte. I forgot to introduce myself before. But I was there when that off little lad gave his first proper lally-ho. What? You don't remember me? This is from that quest. This quest is this was introduced with 5.3, and that quest was introduced with 5.0. So this there's actually supposed to be some time that there was some in real life time that passed between this and the previous quest. So that makes this dialogue make a bit more sense. In all fairness, the fact you've covered from head to toe in identical outfits does make it a little difficult to tell one dwarf from the next. Sir, that's racist, but you know. Well, they have their ways and we have ours. Anyway, it's wonderful to see you again, Brilliant. Brigitte was just asking us for directions. I'd almost forgotten about it, actually. About that. Actually, I was on my way to... what was it called? Crystal Town? No, that's not it. Something to do with crystals. Gah, why can't I remember the sodding name? You see, Renit's is nowhere to be found. He did leave a note behind in Tomra, though. Yes, the letter. I have it right here. He's obviously talking about the Crystarium. That picture. To whom it might be concerned, I am off to the Crystarium to find my first and best friend, Berillion. If the chief asks where I've gone, just make something up. The automata will take care of my work, so he should have no reason to complain. Oh, And don't forget to feed them while I'm away. With Cole, that is. Bye! That's what it says, anyway. That boy may have mastered the fine art of a good old-fashioned lally-ho, but that won't give him a very far in the Christer, or whatever it's called. Yes, and even if the opening pleasantries go as planned, it's what comes after that matters most. He'll be the first to admit that polite conversation isn't exactly his forte. Since he went there looking for Brillian, maybe the two of you could go and find him before he gets into or causes any trouble. Something just fell over. Hold on, let me check that. Okay, I fixed what it was. That reminds me. Will Renate being away lead to any difficulties in the rock phosphate for grog arrangement between our villages? The Orehound ogre he built seems to be going about its work as normal, even without him here to operate it, so I think we'll be fine for the time being. Alright, that settles it. We're off to find Renate, although I should probably point out that this is actually the first time I've gone more than a mall or so outside of Tomra. I'm counting on you, so please try to keep the mishaps and misadventures to a bare minimum. Well, I can't guarantee that, but I'll try my best. Not that I'm scared, mind you. Ho ho, not one bit. Ahem. Without any further ado, let's make haste for the Christophorium. And we will wish you both a safe journey to the Christarium. Hehe. Well then, let's head over to the Christarium. Quick teleport. And check this out. That's right, he probably took the, what's it called? What are those things called again? Amaro. I've never seen so many people in one place. Unfortunately, not one of them is our errant engineer. Where could he be? I wouldn't be surprised if he's whimpering in some corner, wishing he'd never come here. With all these big folk walking about, he's probably scared one of them will trip over him. Well, slap my arse and call me a fuka. You're the second honest-to-God's dwarf I've seen tonight. Well, that's a good sign. Really? So where was the first? Over at the mean, playing hide-and-seek by the looks of it. Or maybe he was just lost. That's him. It's got to be him. Come on, Brillian. Let's go and nab him before he runs off again. Yep, let's go check out... Oh, okay, right. You said the mean. I was thinking of the market. But the mean is over here. So, this is the mean, eh? From the name, I thought it'd be full of scowling faces. But they're all quite friendly. Anyway, where'd Renate get to? I don't see him. Ha! Found him! He really is sniveling and crying. So many of them, so sodden tall. I wish Brillian were here. Beep. Brillian detected. Brilliant. He actually, oops. Wasted. Oh, that's Walden. He's the, I think he's the culinarian and alchemist, facet or whatever. Maybe not. I don't remember. It's been a bit since I finished up the Crystalline Mean quest line. And doing all of those. So, when you heard that Brillian is staying in the Crystarium, you came here looking for her? That's quite the journey for one so young. Getting here was easy. Starting conversations is what's hard. Every time I try giving someone a good old-fashioned lally-ho, they'd look at me like I'm daft or something. Never mind all that. You found Brillian in the end, or she found you. More like. Come to think of it, why were you looking for her in the first place? It's simple, really. I always thought Brillian was just, I don't know, helpful traveler or some such. But the chief tells me she's a hero who risked her life and limb to save the world. Yeah, that's about right. When I heard that, I thought it was only right that I do the same. Trouble is, I'm not sure where to start. But I'm not looking back to Tombra until I find a way to prove myself your equal. That's gonna take a while, dude. And while I'm not much of a fighter, there are other ways I can help those in need. Because unlike the rest of my village, who can't think beyond their next pint of ale, I've got big dreams. Ambitions. Now, there's nothing wrong with a well-earned drink or 10 after a hard day's work. But that's besides the point. How can you hope to compete with someone like Brillian? You might be known as the greatest warrior the world's ever seen. But are you the world's greatest crafter? Well, actually, yes, but there's one thing I can do better than you. Crafting. Are you sure about that? Omnicrafter, by the way. Ha, I'm a crafter too, you fluffy bearded nincompoop. That's a very dwarf thing to say. Actually, I've been known to dabble in artistry myself. Nah. Don't shoot him down too hard. That's pretty funny, though. What? You must be joking! Why, Brilliant has been putting her skills as a blacksmith to help around the mean for some time now. Trust me to make friends with one of those annoying people who's good at everything. I don't know what that's like. I suppose there's no need to make it into a competition, though. Why don't we, what's the word? Cooperate? There might be someone around here who needs our help. How about you, miss? Got anything that needs mending? Or maybe one of my patented automata can carry out a few menial tasks? Where to begin? We did receive a report a few days ago of a caravan of merchants being attacked by roving sin eaters, not far from Sullen. While they were able to escape without any casualties, they had no choice to abandon almost all of the produce they were transporting. I fear it's only a matter of time until it happens again. Is there anything you can do? Sin eaters? Well, you're that. This Fetch-O-Matic mech toad might come in handy. A few extra spiky bits should do the trick. On second thought, it might take more than that. I'll need somewhere to use as a workshop to carry out some modifications. You mean to say you built these yourselves? It certainly is imposing, in a way. In a way, only a three-wheeled mechanical frog can be. Now there's a fine compliment if I have ever heard one, I think. This example of dwarven engineering was lovingly crafted by young Renate here. He's a descendant of the great blacksmith Watts, and well on his way to becoming the pride of Tomra in his own right. Yes, judging by the quality of this work, I can see why. In fact, I have a proposal. If you're willing to lend us your expertise, we can arrange space for you to use as a workshop. Really? When I say space, that's essentially all there is. We'd planned to build a storehouse near the Ostal Imperative, but we had to divert our resources elsewhere, and it was never completed. It seems to me you'd put it to good use. After all, a friend of Brilliant is a friend of ours. That's very generous of you, miss. I'll turn that place into a first-class workshop in 2 shakes of a newborn's beard. Excellent. I'll inform those at the Imperative so they aren't too surprised when automatas start appearing out of the blue. I suggest you make yourselves known to Lorathia, who owns the land. She's a regular at the Clearmount Springs, so try there first. Sounds like some meeting and greeting is in order. I reckon it'll go a lot smoother if you're there to cover for me in the likely event I put my foot in it somehow. I also have no bloody idea how to get there, so lead the way. Let's see, where are we headed? Over in Lakeland. Yeah, let's go over to Ostal Imperative and then fly over there. So it looks like the quest is going to be around here. He's going to set up, Renate's going to set up his workshop over here, and then we will be able to do the crafting tribal quests here. Wonder if this will have any interesting rewards. Because I'm not really that interested in the Qitari rewards. I mean, at some point I want to do it just to complete all the Beast Tribe quests at some point, or the Tribal quests at some point, and to just collect more minions and orchestration scrolls. But I'm not actually that interested in the mount. Anyway. So this is Clearmelt, eh? Funny name for a bunch of rocks and a couple of ponds, if you ask me. More importantly, where's that Lorathia person? You there, old crone. Oh, dude. Call me an old crone again, and I'll rip that silly beard off and shove it down your throat, you mouthy little gobshite. But if it's Lorathia you're after, you're looking at her, what do you want? Katniss sent you, did she? If she thinks you're all right, that's good enough for me. So tell me what you're planning to make in this workshop of yours, and don't go thinking you can impress me with a load of technical jargon. I was an engineer myself, you know. I'm gonna modify this here automaton so that it can transport goods and keep them safe from Sinators. Ha! It won't be transporting much of anything with those stubby little arms, let alone fend off attackers. And even if it could store goods in its torso, by the time it's done windmilling into the bastards, all those wares will have been shaken to buggery. Good luck to the poor sods who have to sell that. Yeah, but the windmilling's the best part, Ranit. Ranit, the old woman has a point, you know. Less of the old, or I'll use that beard of yours to scrub the baths with the rest of you still attached. So, we need to carry as much as possible while striking the Sinators from a distance. That's it. Everyone, gather round. He's literally building a tank. Wicked white. It's so old, the inks probably are the only thing holding it together. The design's from the days before the flood. The brainchild of the great Watts himself. It's a self-propelled transportation device armed to the teeth. I call it the Rollin' Tankard. Its thick iron shell keeps the cargo inside safe and sound, while the cannon blasts any attackers to smithereens. What an amazing coincidence that you've had the perfect solution in your pocket this whole time, even before you knew what the problem was. This ain't no coincidence. Ever since I found a bunch of blueprints in a tightly locked safe back when I was little, I've taken them with me wherever I go. Never known when the Watts ideas might come in handy. Of course, I'm not gonna just make one of these, oh no. I'll make the whole bunch of them and send them all over Novront. Soon, everyone will see how great Dwarven engineering really is. But this only shows how it should look from the outside, with no mention of the inner workings. Are you sure you can pull this off? I'd bet my beard on it. And to be honest, Dwarven technology's come a long way since Watts' time. He probably didn't design the insides because there was no way to actually make something like this back then. Luckily, we've got my skills to bring Watts' ideas to life. I'll have a prototype up and running in no time. Listen, Ranit, you're not the only one who knows how to swing a hammer around here. If we combine our efforts, it'll be ready even sooner. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it. I must say, I'd be interested to see how well this all turns out. I'll let you use my land, as long as you don't turn it into a smoldering crater. You won't regret this. If we're to build a workshop, we'll need a few more pairs of hands. I'll head back to Tomra and round up some volunteers. Hold that right there. If this place is gonna be overrun with dwarves, at least give me some way to tell you apart. How am I meant to know who's who if you all dress like that? Not sure if you realize this, madam, but we dwarves don't exactly have extensive wardrobes. But, in the interest of smooth running operation, I'll ask my friend Karut if there's anything we can do. So much for helping. More like bugger off back to Tomra and leave poor Bernit to do everything by himself. Well, you're still here, so can you give me a hand instead? Let's go back and take a look at this plot of land, shall we? Let's see. I think it's supposed to be like an empty plot of land, right? And then, we're gonna be building up the workshop. Welcome to the workshop. Or, workshop to be, I suppose I should call it. Either way, this is where Watts's visions will become reality. Although, I have to admit, it's not going to be easy as I've made it out. Having you here does make the task seem less daunting, though. And even though I was a bit miffed at first to hear you're into crafting as well, stealing my thunder and all that, I'm glad we've got something in common. If you can lend a hand between whatever it is the Warrior of Darkness does the rest of the time, it'd mean the world to me. So, what do you say, Berlian? Will you help me? What the world needs now is tanks. Sweet tanks. Of course I'll help. No, you talked yourself into this. Build your own damn tanks. Why would I answer that? I want a tank, damn it. And I'm not gonna go do a thousand tank. I mean, I will at some point. 1,000 tank roulettes. Phew. I was worried you were gonna say no for a moment there. Now, let's make some tanks. But before that, there's a few things we need to get in order. We won't get much work done without something at least resembling a workshop. If you're in the mood for helping, maybe you could rustle up some basic parts. I've got a list of everything I need. Anyone with even a pissing interest in metalworking should be able to manage it, so I'm sure you'll be fine. As another example of my incredible foresight, I've already had the Fetchomatic Mechatoad collect a load of random, potentially very useful materials on the way over. This should be enough. If you somehow manage to bugger it up, don't worry. We've got plenty more. I'll be taking care of the rest of the preparations, so come and see me when you're done. Let's see, I need to make a crate of workshop supplies. Tribal quest, dwarves, workshop supplies. Doesn't need to be high quality. Of course, it's a bit easier when you're level 90. I still only have level 80 white script gear, white script gear. I could have bought a set of 90 crafter gear, but I just haven't felt like it. All done? Let's see what you've brought me then. Ah, I gotta say, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this good. Not showing off, are you? Me and the Mechatoad'll take care of the rest, so you can go and put your feet up for a bit. Don't want to be taking all the credit now. It's dwarfing time. Oh, they got different colored helmets now. And armor. And a beard. There you are. Welcome to Watts Anvil. The two of you did all this? I can't believe it. Is that you, Renit? Why, I hardly recognized you. Have you done something with your beard? Well, yes. Well, spotted, Karut. According to legends, Watts had a brown beard and white horns. Seeing as I'm his descendant, I thought I'd follow suit. Now that we've got a proper workshop, we can get started on making a prototype of the Roland Tankard. To tell you the truth, I'm not used to having this sort of pressure. Still, I've got you and the others here to do the heavy essential tasks. So I'm sure everything will go as planned. Exactly as planned. And of course it won't. Speaking of essential tasks, I'll be handling the supply of various parts and whatnot. So come and see me when you're ready to show us those skills of yours. Renit and his fellow dwarves have thrown themselves wholeheartedly into their newest enterprise, namely, to provide trundling death machines for the needy. Who dis? Oh right, that's the other tribe. Watts Anvil. Tribal quests unlocked. Alright, let's see if there's anything at the trader, although I suspect there isn't yet. Oh, whoops. Right over here. Let's see, a bunch of tools like usual. Anything in here yet? No, just materia for now. See if any of this gear looks good. Again, another goofy hat. That doesn't look too bad. I just tried that one. That's the that's a reskin of the Stormblood white script gear. Some straight pants, tight pants. Okay, and let's see, any items yet? Nope. Then what kind of items do we get from this? Let's see, we've got the Lalinator H.0, Ironforge Keeper, Orchestration Scroll, Lally Hop, and the Tank. Let's see, so we've got, let's show them. Got this Lalinator. Let's see, what is this? Okay, that's nothing. The Orchestration Scroll, and the Rolling Tankard mount. Oh, okay, I thought this was from doing a bunch of tank roulettes. But apparently it comes from this. Okay, I'll be doing this. I'll be working on doing this tribe quest because this is a goofy mount that I like. And then we also get the Lally Hoppy mount. Oh, that's this. Okay, I want this too. So I'll definitely be working on these off stream. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Well then, I think that was a fairly successful day. Oops. gonna be calling it here. I'm quite tired, and I think I got a fair amount of we got a fair amount of stuff done today. I'll definitely be doing the Dwarven Beast Tribe quests offline. Also, I only just realized that the Discord this thing is on the screen, and it's been there this whole time. Oh well, that's fine. Not the end of the world. I really don't know what makes it show up and what makes it when it doesn't in the game capture. Sometimes it does, most of the time it doesn't. I think actually no. I think it might show up when I start OBS after I start the game. Because it probably hooks the process when if I start the game after OBS. Yeah, I don't know. There's some ordering of when the Discord hooks into the game and when OBS starts capturing it. Either way, it's not the end of the world. And it's not like I have any private information there. It's literally just my name and my avatar. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. I'm not quite sure what we'll be doing tomorrow. Maybe it'll be 5.3 MSQ. But I also might want to do the Stormblood, or at least start the Stormblood, what is it called? Stormblood Dark Knight questline. The problem, oh wait, no, I still need to level up a bit. So I might just do some, Dark Knight leveling tomorrow. I won't mix in the quests because the only reason I didn't do the quests in, like, raid one after another for Heaven's Ward was because I actually through the Heaven's Ward one was because I actually unlocked abilities that I needed to use while leveling. But for Stormblood, I think you only get an ability for the last one. So I can just, like, go all the way through and just do them all in one go. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.